maybe how you're mixing your quinary or your new plus, you really have an audience, guys, of people that are really benefiting. So remember, whether your testimony or experiences are from years past or current, they are all valuable. Okay? We all have something to contribute. So tonight, guys, I'm going to wait just another minute here. I hear another one of, oh my goodness, there are a lot of you trying to get on, but your electricity isn't great. So I'm just going to tell them it'll be taped and to save their cell phones. Right, Jelaine? For those of us that know, save your cell phone. And keep your electricity, right, save your battery. So, guys, I'm Dr. Karen Spencer Dees. My background is in nutrition, holistic nutrition. Those are my doctorates, biology. My specialties really have been in hormones, the endocrine system, children's nutrition. A lot of you guys come to the table with more experience on men's nutrition, on other aspects, and I love, and I hope you guys will keep sharing. Our common goal really is that we all really get healthy, feel healthy, and then can really make a difference in someone else's life, just as the Chens did for us. So I want to start first by just sharing a little blurb that is, again, from one of Sunrider's many catalogs. A lot of the literature that I will share with you, I will tell you where it's from. Some of these catalogs are a little older than you guys, but this one is this is 2018, and it really just speaks to what Sunrider is about, and it states that our passion for health is the reflection of our passion for humanity, and that Sunrider is all about herbal innovation. I find that really exciting and really appealing. One of the many questions that get asked all the time really has more to do with who's overseeing Sunrider. And for me, as someone who's been in this field for over 20 years, 25 years, and really have looked at many companies, this company stands always head and shoulders above everybody else. And one of the reasons has to do with owner expertise. And I just want to share this with you. And again, I am on page 6 and 7 for anyone who wants this. I can always take a photo of this for you. But I always like to go back to the basics of why we're different. And Sunrider states that Sunrider's balanced fusion of East and West, tradition and technology, stems from Sunrider's founders, who are experts in the fields of health, nutrition, and science. Working with their parents, Dr. Reuben Chen applies his background to oversee business development. He's also a medical doctor. And Reuben, also, you hear, a lot of you get to hear him if you're on Facebook Live or you're on Facebook. You hear him discussing product. He is wonderful discussing product, and you also hear his podcast, Vital Podcast. But what Sunrider states is that not only is Dr. Reuben Chen part of this team, but also Eric Chen is. And Eric manages all aspects of the Los Angeles manufacturing plant and their new manufacturing plant, which will be in Texas. This multi-generational expertise leads a team of scientists to design and create all the Sunrider products. So all of these products, guys, are created and designed in-house by the Chen family. This is not a company where they are and this is important, where they're asking somebody else to create these products. They are doing these creations all by themselves. And that is how Sunrider's always been run. Part of that is because Dr. Teifu Chen, he, as the founder, started this company really because as a young boy, he had ill health. And his grandfather, who was a master herbalist, really helped him to see how he could regain his health through combinations of herbs. And he did regain his health. And that became his life mission. And when he married Dr. Oilin Chen, who was a Western nutrition, they really brought forth the balance of Sunrider and created the Sunrider products that you have today. Part of why Sunrider works, and for me as a professor in the field of nutrition and a doctor in this field, I think this always speaks volume. That has to do with concentration. See, we can absolutely know that spinach, right, may be wonderful for chlorophyll. Or kale may be wonderful for chlorophyll, and it may be wonderful for our digestive tract or for our blood flow. However, the amount of kale or the amount of spinach we would have to consume to actually get those benefits is 5 to 7 times what the body can digest. Therefore, the industry of supplements is a big industry because everyone's looking for how can I get the benefit without having to overconsume, right, all of these foods that I cannot digest. Sunrider found a way to concentrate these foods, and they have taken the correct combination of what we call whole food vegetables or whole food nutrition, meaning that that kale is still in its whole food state. It's still intact. It's synergistically intact. So all the other minerals, all the other vitamins, all the antioxidants are still exactly how they started. Therefore, it is just like eating the leaf of the kale. But we can digest this. And what Sunrider did is they concentrated it, meaning they took 7 to 10 pounds of raw ingredients, such as 7 to 10 pounds of kale leaves, and they spray dried all that nutrition on 1 pound of kale leaves and asked you to eat only the 1 pound, but get the benefit and the nutrition of 7 to 10 times that. And when we do that, when we can get that quantity of nutrition and be able to digest it and absorb it, there's something that happens, right? We all know this. It's called regeneration. If we can get in enough of the correct nutrition in the correct balanced form and in a variety that feeds and nourishes that system, the body does something miraculous. It can begin to repair itself, renew itself, and regenerate itself. And really that means to make new again. That's astounding. That is the epitome of hope. That allows for everybody, no matter what age you are, no matter what, right, I always say, no matter what you come to the table with, whatever deficiencies, whatever imbalances, you have an opportunity to feed and nourish that imbalance back to balance. That's, to me, breathtaking. And that is what the Chen family has brought to you. So this is not like any other company. It's not like any other product. And to be honest with you, this is, I always like to use that image of a salad. This is the correct combination of salad for every single organ of your body, every single system of your body, and it builds that system. So your body is the miracle, right? It actually can do what it was designed to do. When we are deficient, or we're not getting enough of the nutrition we need, it's not that we're not trying. It's that we just are not able to consume enough of it, or possibly we have already pre-existing condition or stress. This has certainly been a year for that. Or maybe it's something as simple as we're overly dehydrated. Whatever it may be, whatever our needs are, if we cannot get enough nutrition, we never get past step 1. But the moment we can get enough of this nutrition and get it into the body on a regular basis, the body uses it as fuel and begins to repair itself. It's miraculous. And so I really want to share with you that although Sunrider may not be a cure, right, it is the best possible food in the best possible form, the best possible concentration, and with people that know how to put it together to feed and build those systems so your body can do everything it was designed to do. And for some of you guys, it takes time. We didn't all wake up with these deficiencies. And sometimes it means we started a new challenge where maybe we need to use more of our brain cells that we have before. Or maybe you're pregnant. Or maybe your child's going through puberty. Or maybe there's something that happens. It can be wonderful you decided to run a marathon. Whatever it may be. Either way, we require more of the correct nutrition so we have the correct amount of fuel that we can burn and build from. So I want you to always remember when you're looking at the Sunrider products, whether it's skincare or it's capsules or it's vials, that this is not something you can go to Costco and buy. You cannot buy this at Whole Foods. You cannot even eat this from your garden. This is special. This is very special. And I really want to thank the Chen family for this gift. This has given so many of us, right, a future that may not have been coming our way. And I know for me, I had some ill health. But I always want to remind you, food, right? Food does help you renew, rebuild, and regenerate. If you get enough of it in the right form, it's of a wonderful and important quality, and somebody knows, right, what the right combination is. And Sunrider meets all those qualifications. Now, tonight is interesting because 3/4 of the United States really is under a weather pattern that we've never seen. And so the amount of emails and phone calls and texts have been about, I'm cold, which is kind of funny for some of us who've been cold for months, but they're not used to it. The body's not used to it. And what I keep sharing, and I really just wanted to start this way, is that your body will adapt. You have to stay warm. But here's a little trick. Jelaine knows this. A little trick of the trade. In cold weather, it is as easy to become dehydrated as if you were in 90-degree weather. Because what happens is when you step outside, think of how much, right? Think of how cold that is. Think of what your lungs are doing, right? They are working in a way that they haven't had to in a very long time. For some of you, they've never worked this way. But when you go from the cold, the bitter cold, to inside where you have so much heat, and that heater is going nonstop, it will dehydrate you. You will notice your skin is dry and itchy. You'll notice, right, that your lips are parched. You'll notice, just as if you were out in the sun, you'll notice that your scalp is dry, and you'll notice that you're thirsty. And I really want everyone to make a concerted effort to hydrate, because when you are dehydrated, you begin to lose the sensation of being thirsty because you're past dehydration. So with an older generation who may not recognize it, especially if you're taking other medications that already dehydrate you, or for some of you, right, who have children who won't be able to communicate this. And I want you to pay attention to drinking lots and lots and lots of Fortune Delight. Lots of Fortune Delight. It will hydrate the body. And it actually hydrates better than water. But I want you to think about when you're in the sun and your skin feels like it's burning. And that dehydration is happening. It's the same, you just don't see it when the heater is on. Really important to your quality of health, getting through this cold weather. Hydrate. First and most important. For those of you that are making a picture for your family, just a suggestion that a lot of us who've lived through this know, and that is take a vial of ekectrosport and pour that into the pitcher with about either a family packet, a 20-gram of Fortune Delight, or if you only have the 3-gram packets, 3 to 4 of those 3-gram packets with a giant squirt of your Sun Nectar, Sun Care, Sunny Dew, all the same thing, and fill that up with lots of water. Lots and lots and lots and lots of water. And keep refilling that. And let your family drink from that. What happens is you will replace all the electrolytes. A lot of you, again, do not know that you lose electrolytes when you are dehydrated just from coming inside to the heat. So think of it, for those of you that know what it's like to be outside in Arizona or in Florida, right? When you feel, I've been perspiring. The challenge is you may not notice you're perspiring in the cold weather, but you are perspiring anyway, and you're losing fluid both in the heat and outside when you're out in the cold. And your family will absolutely be fine. All right? You'll all do great. All right? So we've got our Sunny Dew / Sun Care / Sun Nectar, which is really our Stevia rubadiana, which balances the blood sugar. We've got the ekectrosport, 1 vial for the family, or if you are someone that is active going on your snowmobile, or you're doing something winter-wise outside, put that in your own sport bottle. But 1 vial, open it up, pour it in at least, I would say 32 ounces of water. Add your Fortune Delight to that same water. And you have now high antioxidant, amazing, high antioxidant, but rehydrating green tea. And that is your Fortune Delight. You have all of your electrolytes from your ekectrosport, and you have your blood sugar regulated. You'll feel wonderful. I really encourage you to do this every day. Do this. Okay? All right. I'm going to jump into this, and then I'm going to let you all talk and share. I was going to start immediately with our concept of going into spring, but we're not there yet. And as I've shared with you before, a lot of times there is a theme that happens with all your emails, and there was this past week. Aside from many of you being cold, it seems that everyone's digestion is having a little bit of a challenge. My guess is stress. So I thought that we would cover rather quickly digestion and Sunrider, and let you just know about some of the products that benefit. And as always, remember, there's always side benefits to what Sunrider has to offer. So listen to what some of these products really can do. You may get surprised. The first thing I want to share with you, for anyone who is interested, you all like when I share a book, okay? You've asked me for this. A very dear friend of mine, her name is Elizabeth Lipsky. She is a PhD. She wrote a wonderful book that's taught in many schools called Digestive Wellness. But there's a page that I just wanted to share that I thought was significant. And it had to do with why someone's digestive tract becomes imbalanced. So listen to some of the I didn't think of that. 1, chronic stress. 2, cigarette smoking. 3, you had an infection or a virus. 4, it can be something that you're breathing in from the environment, irritants, heavy metals, environmental toxins. Next one, lack of exercise. You're not getting that lactic acid out. Next one, lack of dietary fiber. Medications that you may have to take or need to take, but play havoc with your digestive system. A low stomach, hydrochloric acid. Poor food choices. Maybe you're drinking a little too much. It could be as simple, guys, as your genetics. It may not be anything you've done. It just may be genetics. And we all fall into these categories at different times, but so do people we care about, whether it's family members or friends. And it's always wonderful, right, to have a combination that actually makes a difference. So here we go. The first one is a product that's called assimilaid. And assimilaid is part of what we call quinary. And quinary is part of NBC, Nourish, Balance, and Cleanse, which is the foundation of Sunrider. The B for balance, which is the quinary, is where assimilaid lives. It's one of the 5 systems endocrine, right? Respiratory, your immune system. This one, though, I'm pulling out because you can always use extra. And I love to keep this on hand. This is called assimilaid. I've used this with my children since they were toddlers. Sunrider states, I loved this, digest your food more quickly, efficiently, and comfortably with our nourishing complex of herbs. Certain herbs that are in the assimilaid soothe your stomach, and they soothe your intestinal tract. And anyone that's ever felt that fire, right, or pressure, or acid buildup knows what it feels like in their GI tract. And so the word soothing is very important to understand that that's what assimilate's goal is, soothe it. Sunrider also states that they have orange peel that is in the assimilate, and that treats indigestion. Fennel seed provides antioxidant protection, and the goal is to help you achieve digestive balance. So for those of you, which may be all of you, because there are over 30 of you that emailed me this week about this, that digestive balance may not be as common as we think. It seems to be the system that goes awry when there's stress. And I want you all to think about adding assimilate. Sunrider has in this one sheet that I am reading from, which I always like to let you all in on their website. They have a product fact sheet on every single one of the products, and all I did was click on product fact sheet. And I'm just sharing with you, and then I'm going to give you my interpretation or perspective from my background. But what they share is under the ingredient highlights, that one of the ingredients is the Panax ginseng root. And this one herb supports concentration, physical stamina, and overall well-being. When your digestive tract is not working well, we all say when the gut is well, it can transport all nutrients where they need to go. When it's not well, you do not feel good, right? Your energy is low. It's robbing all of your energy to try and digest or break down foods, or maybe there's yeast. And so the Panax ginseng that's in the assimilate is designed to lift your physical stamina and your overall well-being. One of the other roots in here that is fascinating to me states that in traditional Chinese medicine, this one herb is used to support not only digestion, but it's the absorption component. And so there is different parts to how you actually feed the digestive tract. We just don't give it a probiotic and call it a day. We look, Dr. Chen and all of us in this field look at how can we come from every angle to help balance, nourish, and support the health of the digestive tract. So we have herbs that help with the absorption, herbs that help with the stamina. One of the herbs, which I really have always loved, and it's always been a favorite anyway of mine, that's the mandarin orange peel. The peel of this fruit is used in traditional Chinese medicine to promote healthy digestion and relieve food retention. Now, anyone who's ever felt bloated, right? We all know what this feels like. We know that when you feel that you're either distended, bloated, whether it's high up or it's lower down, you're uncomfortable, right? What part of the assimilate with the mandarin orange peel is designed to do is not only help to move the food through, but reduce the bloat, the gas, the acid reflux. And a lot of you, I've learned, really did not know this. The fennel seed, very important in here. And so if you think about some of these ingredients and the goal of them, really the umbrella goal of assimilaid is really to promote healthy digestion but regularity, so that everything's moving in, right? We're taking our food in, we're taking the nutrition in, it's being absorbed, it's going to where it needs to go, it's either converted for fuel, it's being, right? It's being used for good bacteria, it's being used for regularity, to get to the organs, for nutrients, whatever it needs to do. But the moment you are constipated, have IBS, right? You have acid reflux, you have upper GI, lower GI imbalance, hemorrhoids, whatever it may be, you're uncomfortable. And your mind and your body are taken up by how to relieve yourself. This is a wonderful answer. Sunrider states, and I just want to end here with assimilate. How does assimilate support digestion? And how does it work? Sunrider just states themselves, simply put, digestion is the breakdown of food into smaller and smaller components until they can be absorbed and assimilate into the body as nutrients, which are then used for energy, growth, and cell repair. And assimilate supports this entire process. That is a big deal. If your digestion is not working, all the herbs you're consuming, think about this, are not getting the maximum benefit. Your digestion has to work. This is your product. One of the wonderful parts of assimilate is it tastes good. It tastes a lot like cinnamon. You can open up some capsules before a meal, and you can put them in a little warm water and drink it. It will begin the digestive process for those of you that may feel gassy and bloated after you eat. You can also consume this after you eat. You can swallow the capsules. You can put them in some warm water. Again, a lot of you love assimilate before bed. Believe it or not, it soothes the digestive tract and helps people sleep. I used to put my kids to sleep with assimilate in their sippy cups. The amazing component is when the digestive tract is happy, you can rest. Anyone who's ever tried to digest while attempting to sleep, they don't really work together. You're usually up. So I want you to think about, do I need assimilate every day? 3 times a day? Maybe I'm someone who wants to use them before a meal, after a meal, before bed. I love starting my day with them. A lot of you love opening them up and putting them in your cali. However you use it, guys, I want to remind you that this is food. And so if you are someone that tends to have an imbalance digestively, whether it's frequently or infrequently, feed the system. Help the system feel better. The second product I want to add to this combination is vitadophilus. And a lot of you have actually emailed me and still question whether or not a probiotic is necessary. Guys, good bacteria is necessary. So I'm going to give you my old school experience here and explain. You need good bacteria like an army to eat the enemy. You need the Pac-Man like chomping, right? Like an arcade game. You need them to eat up the excess yeast. You need them to eat up the bacteria that actually could cause infection. You want the good bacteria to be stronger than the negative bacteria. Good, and having enough good bacteria in the digestive tract. I didn't bring anything. Hi, Marty. Actually, I'm going to have you go on mute. Actually, Maureen, honey, put yourself on mute.
Oh, I think I even forgot my...
Maybe it's stuff already. Good bacteria, guys, if you've got enough in your digestive tract, it supports and builds your immune system. I want you to remember that. Your system is really based on how much good bacteria you've got living in your gut. Every day you need to replace this. Every single day. So we have every single day. Sunrider states that this balances and boosts your gut health, your immunity, and your metabolism. What a concept. Not only does it help your gut, it builds your immune system, but it also helps with your metabolism. For all of you, you burn your calories faster. You all love that, and you all have more energy. Our proprietary probiotic is formulated with a protective, this is what separates Sunrider, with a protective apple pectin coating. This coating is significant. It keeps that bacteria alive, so it works. Sunrider states that this apple pectin coating insulates, right? It insulates the good bacteria from your harsh stomach acids when you are consuming it. It's fast-acting. There's maximum nutrient absorption. But I'm going to go back to this. The apple pectin is like a bubble that surrounds each and every, think of this, each and every speck of probiotic or good bacteria. Little bubble around all of them. And when you chew it, you begin the digestive process in your mouth. But the beauty of that apple pectin is that the acid in your stomach will not kill the good bacteria. So I don't care how wonderful all the other good bacteria are, 99% of the time, the acid in your stomach is not allowing the benefit of those good bacteria to actually make a difference. That's why Sunrider, in their brilliance, coated it with a bubble of apple pectin. So your stomach acid didn't destroy it. And it could get into your gut, the upper part of your GI tract, and the lower. Each serving supplies at least 20 million living culture of bacteria, the lactobacillus acidophilus, to protect your body against harmful bacteria. Vitadophilus even helps displace the non-beneficial microorganisms that can cause bloating and discomfort. It tastes good, it's easy, it supports, along with your assimilaid, your intestinal comfort and function. The kids love it. My goodness, everybody loves it. And again, the last piece to this is a question that's under their facts and questions. How does beneficial bacteria become depleted? I get asked this all the time. And Sunrider writes for you. So again, guys, you don't have to memorize this. It's right here. Colonies of beneficial bacteria live inside your gut to help you properly digest food and absorb your nutrients. Illness, gastrointestinal disorders, autoimmune diseases, chronic alcohol use, antibiotics, laxatives, poor diet, I'm going to add stress, can deplete these critical colonies, wreaking havoc on your digestive system and causing abdominal discomfort, bloating, and constipation. This is from Sunrider. Vitadophilus is an effective, convenient way to help rebuild your gut flora and restore digestive balance. For those of you that have used this, you may not have used enough. For those of you that have not used this, I hope you'll try it. The combination, guys, of the vitadophilus with the assimilaid is brilliant. And it works. And it's wonderful. And I see this year after year that this combination is spectacular. The last product that I want to share with you is one of my favorites, and I think important, and I also think one of the products that sometimes we forget about when it comes to gut health, and that's evergreen. And again, I'm going to go to their fact sheet for a minute. This is really chlorophyll. And from a nutritional perspective, from my perspective, chlorophyll actually not only cleans the digestive tract, but it also helps build it. But there's more to it. And what Sunrider call liquid chlorophyll, and it's a lot of it. And we've talked about this product for the circulatory system. And Sunrider states it enhances energy by supporting the circulatory system, right? Because it transports oxygen and nutrients. However, there's a secondary benefit to this. It aids in digestion. And chlorophyll is one of the best known, what we call deodorizers of the digestive tract, meaning that for anyone who has halitosis, chronic digestive imbalance, you're constantly bloated, you feel gassy, maybe you have diarrhea frequently, whatever it may be, you're constantly losing the chlorophyll. And what this does is it replaces it. When a lot of you drink this, you're always surprised by how your digestive tract feels better. It has to do with, within the chlorophyll that Sunrider put together, they added peppermint oil. And they added a concentrated amount of peppermint oil. And that peppermint oil with the chlorophyll is what aids in your digestion. So here we've got an additional product that not only supports the transport of oxygen and nutrients through your bloodstream, but also aids in your digestion. And so open up the vial of evergreen, pour it in your Fortune Delight, pour it in your water, open it up and drink it, then drink some water, however you're going to use this. But I want to remind you that you will be astonished at how suddenly, if your digestive tract is irritable, it quiets. It quiets. I do want to share with you that the copper chlorophyllin that's in here, and this is from Sunrider. Sunrider states that the copper chlorophyllin, the main ingredient in the evergreen, does two things. And first, it's a stabilized form of chlorophyll. But the two things it does is, one, we've talked about, supports your circulatory system. But two, it cleans the intestines. That's why I said to you it's been known as a deodorizer. It cleans the intestines and aids in digestion. So if you have pockets in your digestive tract, which many of you do, where your colon just isn't clean, right? We have pockets. We have imbalances. This is fabulous. And the second that I think is wonderful is this peppermint oil that is in here. And Sunrider states that this essential oil within the evergreen provides relief for indigestion, upset stomach, and nausea, and will give a cooling sensation. So here you've got three products: assimilaid, vitadophilus, and evergreen. An amazing combination for digestive balance and health. Now, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Questions, comments, thoughts, and what are your testimonies and experiences that have helped your gut?
Dr. Dees?
Yes.
Hi, this is Sandy from Arizona.
Hi.
And I used to use, I love your calls. I used to use assimilaid when my kids were little, and, it always soothed an upset tummy, which they really didn't have very often because they were eating Sunrider foods all the time. But I also have another really wonderful experience. One of my gals just called me today and said that apparently the Sunrider's working for her because she really hasn't noticed any, outward benefit. And when she hears all of these testimonials, she's like, how come I can't feel something? Well, she told me that she got her blood work back and that her vitamin D went from a 9 to a 72 or 73. And so I'm like, well, how long? You haven't been doing the Sunrider vitamin D very long, have you? And she counted her pills, and she said, I've taken 50 of them. So
Now, is she doing the 5,000 or 1,000?
Oh, that's a good question. I honestly don't know. I would have to
Find out. Will you find out for me?
Okay.
That's a great testimony interesting because the prescription ones or the prescriptive ones are usually 50,000, and they're designed to take a week at a time, usually once a month. But they're designed to in a very quick way, get D levels up. Because if your D level is that low at 9, you're going to feel depressed. Anyone who's ever had a real D deficiency, especially all of you in Seattle that I speak with, the D, when there's not enough sunshine, right, there is a lot of, for no reason other than the D is low, depression. And that's the first outward sign of it. To have a testimony where her blood showed that her D level went up shows how absorbable this version of D is, because I've spent years looking at levels and how fast or how slow they move. That's a great testimony, and I want to know if she's doing 5,000 a day or 1,000. Either way,
she texted me.
I'm so proud of her.
She's at work, so she can listen in, but she can't talk, so she had told me I could tell her story, and she just texted me and said that she was doing the 5,000.
5,000, I knew it. Okay, so I knew it. So guys, 5,000 is kind of the new D30. It's the new number where adults, especially those of you that are low, and also because we know that there's research to support that it has benefit when it comes to the COVID virus. We're not talking cure, anything like that, but we do know that having a D level that is leveled and normal seems, right, to indicate less severity of this. So I put every child of mine on D and every client. 5,000 used to be a number we didn't go to. We went to 1,000, 2,000, but 5,000 is the adult number. Kids is 1,000. So I'm thrilled. Sunrider came out with both. So I'm so excited. That tells me it's absorbable, and I knew it. But to hear from the blood, also the fact that you gave the kids the assimilaid, for the upset stomach, is a really significant testimony, because a lot of people get very confused and nervous when their digestive tract is off balance or the kid's stomach is upset and they don't know what to do. And they try everything, but unless someone shares assimilaid, they don't know to go to it. So guys, listen to what she's saying. It works. It really works for all of us. Thank you. I love that. Who else wants to jump in?
Hi, I'd like to share a testimony if possible. This is Lisa in Missouri.
Oh, I hope you're warm.
I have power, so I'm good.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
So I don't go outside. It's very cold out there. But I have been having, for about the last 10 years, I've been having severe diarrhea, especially when I have IBS, and I'd had constipation for years, and then it went to diarrhea, and for about the past 10 years, anytime I would get very stressed, I would have ekectrosport, actually, and which made it very difficult, if somebody was grumpy at work or whatever, I was beginning to think maybe I was going to have to go on disability or something. But I started doing Sunrider in the fall, and within the first month I knew, and that was just the basics, of the sampler, and I knew something was different. I could tell right away, and I have to say that I have not had an episode in 5 months.
That's incredible. Your life changed.
Definitely.
Oh,
and
my
I've even had a colonoscopy, and was supposed to get another colonoscopy, and it was going to cost me like $8,000 because of my out-of-pocket is very high. And so, I'm not getting the colonoscopy. I knew that was futile anyway. I'd already had that done, and there was nothing found. So, yeah.
You feel better. future.
I know. That's what I say.
Yay! Oh my gosh, okay. See, digestive imbalance really causes havoc, doesn't it? Ugh. Anyone else want to share?
Yes.
Go for
My
it.
name is Barbara from Kansas City, Missouri.
Welcome.
Thank you. And I have a digestive problem, and I'm going to have a colonoscopy, and they're going to go down in my stomach again with the tube, and they say that I have hernia. But I know that my breath is, I gargle, I brush my teeth, I do everything correctly. But my hygienist said it's coming from within my stomach. It is so filed until when I put a mask on, I have arthritis in 11 different parts of my body, so I can't really run that fast. But I try to hurry up and get to the door because of that odor from my mouth. And I was seeing where you were saying assimilaid. I think I am going to try that and hope that that will help my digestive system.
Oh, you have to let us know. And remember that evergreen will make all the difference for that odor.
Okay, well, will evergreen or assimilate be better?
Well, you might have to try both and see which one, works for you, or does the combination work for you? I'm not sure, right? So the assimilate is going to build your digestive tract so it's stronger, and the evergreen is going to help deodorize and clean out all of that bowel, that odor that's in there. So you may need to try both one at a time and see which one you like, and then try them together. And then let us know.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys, anyone else want to share before we finish? Okay, so I hope this was hopeful and helpful, both. And I want to just ask everybody who is participating on Thursday, who is having a call, if you would just share about it. And then Donna, if you would get on and share about tonight, any other calls that are coming. Marlene, you can talk about yours. Would everybody and anybody who's doing Thursday for our Sunrider Day jump in, please?
Hi, Karen. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So tonight, right following this call at 4 o'clock, it's our team call. We will just probably go over the same thing going on the Sunrider Day call. My stop is at 3 o'clock Pacific time, and I'm trying to accumulate everybody else's and post them on our right team page so that we can all maybe pop on each other's, which would be fun. But we look forward to seeing everybody on Thursday and hopefully see you in a couple minutes. Thank you, Karen, for another great call.
My pleasure. So I think that was the easiest answer. So if you go to the Rising Star page, right, first and foremost, you'll have the Zoom link and also the phone number to dial in to Bob and Donna's call, which is right after this. So that's the follow-up, guys, to the product. We're going to talk about the opportunity and also the Sunrider calls that will be on Thursday. You will see, I know there's a giant picture of a sun on the Rising Star page that's listing all the different calls that you are invited to, and they're all wonderful. This is about all of you feeling connected, hearing different experiences, maybe a little bit different product, different opportunity. More for some, it'll be more like a convention, reunion, music. Enjoy it, guys. This is from all of us to you, and Donna and Bob have posted them for you, so it's on the Rising Stars page. Jelaine, just get on there, and you'll be able to find into them, okay? All right, everybody, stay warm. Stay warm, and I look forward to speaking with you on Thursday or next week. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you.